As you guys know, our world is full of opinions. Not one person in this world has the exact same opinions on you on every single topic, whether that be your favorite color, your favorite band, or the political stances that you may have. This leads to the inevitability of conflicted discussion in your life. Many people view controversy or conflict as a bad thing and run away from it or the people who think differently than them. But the thing is, conflict can actually be a really great thing. Many avenues in life, like government or business for example, it is through conflictive discussion that allows for people to brainstorm ideas and to come up with a solution that can please all parties in the situation. These proposals that are come up with are usually better than the first proposals in the situation. In a business, for example, if all the employees thought the exact same way on an issue, then they are missing out on the valuable second opinions and different strategies that this situation may have. Not seeing the different ways to look at something is almost like going into a situation with blinders on. One isn't going to be able to see all the obstructions around them that could hinder them from reaching their goal. Conflict in this situation can open people's eyes to new ideas they've never even thought about before. This leads to the flexibility of one's own mind, which also leads to greater understanding of the world. However, for dialogue with differing opinions to be truly effective, it has to be constructive. The difference between a constructive and destructive conversation usually occurs when there's a disagreement between sides and is responded to poorly by one side or the other. This is where we get our destructive conversation. This is also where we lose sight of the benefits of conflict and run into trouble. To avoid conversation from turning into destructive conversation, there are some definite ground rules that need to be laid out first. First of all, listen to others while they are talking. This is more than just hearing them and letting them have their turn to speak. This is more understanding them, their point of view, and where they're coming from. Don't just prepare what you are going to say next. Secondly, criticize ideas, not individuals. Don't personally attack others, and don't use derogatory language towards each other. This leads to defensive behavior, which then just escalates from here. Be informed on what you are arguing about and be specific in your explanation. It is hard to respond to someone who A, makes no sense because they have no idea what they're talking about, or B, gives vague reasoning for their stance. Also, avoid generalizing a whole group. The world is not as black and white as some people make it out to seem. All Muslims are not terrorists, and all immigrants are not from Mexico. Lastly, if your emotions are overtaking you, remove yourself from the situation. This isn't a sign of weakness, rather this is a sign of self-control.